Good morning, evening, or afternoon to all of you beautiful people. Josh here, back to bring you that sweet voice-based content. So Valentine's Day has just passed us by. I hope you presented a rose to your chosen hottie, or you spent the day waifu hunting in Genshin, Honkai Zenless, or whatever other gacha game is your addiction. Now personally, I'm not a huge fan of Valentine's Day as a concept, but I am a huge fan of romance, especially in fiction. I mentioned before that anime such as Horimiya and Watakoi are some of my favourites, and that is primarily due to the fact that they handle romance really well. And it got me thinking about some previous experiences and chats I've had with other stage actors and voice actors, and it's that some people struggle when it comes to conveying romance or romantic attraction when it comes to acting. This, for some reason, is not something I've ever really struggled with. So why is that? Well, let's have a chat. Without any further ado, let's go! So I think the biggest thing to remember when it comes to romance is that everyone experiences it differently. A good way to think about this is by looking at romance and how people handle romance by using the dere archetypes in anime and manga. Quick lesson for those who don't know. The term dere comes from dere, a term in Japan that means love-struck and or affectionate. And the different types of dere basically show how the character acts when being affectionate or falling in love. Deres are overly, openly, and overtly affectionate. Tsunderes are unable to openly admit their affection, so resort to the complete other end of the spectrum in order to hide their feelings. Kuderes, my personal favourite, are expressionless and stiff until they're around the object of their affection, and so on and so forth. I'm not going to go through every single dere type because that'd take too long. If that is something you want to see in a video, then let me know, I guess. I think the issue that causes some actors to struggle with this is that they don't think of how their character expresses their affection, because we, as creatures of habit, we're so used to our own ways of expressing romantic feelings. And sometimes that just doesn't work. If you yourself are an overtly extroverted and outwardly affectionate kind of person, but you're playing a shy, introverted character, that way of expressing your romance is not going to match up. And I think it's really important to remember that when you're playing a character, you have to get invested in that role. I mean, the best example that I can think of off the top of my head for my own personal experiences is that I played the character of Tom Collins in Rent when I was about 16. And me and the guy who played Angel very much had to be all over each other. For those of you who have not seen Rent, Angel is a guy. And IRL, I'm very straight. You get the point. So this all comes down to something I've spoken about in previous videos and something I literally just mentioned a second ago. You have to get into character. Now, I will admit, as somebody who's done on-stage acting and voice acting, it's a lot easier to get into character when you're voice acting in some ways. At least I find it a lot easier. There's not as many mental gymnastics to picture the character that you're confessing to when you're in a booth, whereas on stage, it's kind of a bit harder to ignore someone's actual face. Especially if it's somebody that, you know and you recognize. But it is essential to giving a great performance. Alejandro Saab, yes, I will keep bringing him up, shut your face, has a partner in real life. But when I hear him as Miyamura in Horimiya, I don't think of Alejandro and his partner. I hear and see Miyamura confessing to Hori and planning their life together. And that is exactly how you have to treat it as well. You wouldn't act like yourself when performing a fight scene, mostly because most of us, let's be fair, would be pretty fucking useless in a fight scene, but it's the exact same thing. You wouldn't act like yourself in a fight scene, don't act like yourself in a romantic scene. Unless, of course, you actually do fully relate to the way that that character portrays their affection, in which case, yeah, fucking go for it. But that is a rarity. It's again taking that second part of voice acting and reminding yourself of how important it is. You have to get past your own awkwardness and idiosyncrasies when performing scenes as delicate as romance scenes, because immersing yourself in the character you're portraying is the fastest route to getting a great performance. And when you get a great performance, there is no better feeling. I'll be completely honest, like, a great performance is like the highest of highs. So there we go. So that's my thoughts on romance and performing romantic scenes as a voice actor. Me personally, I fucking love I'm a romance anime junkie, so I would love to be able to do more romance stuff in the future. Hopefully one day I'll get there, and yeah, I love romance. Romance is fucking great. But enough about me and my tastes. What about you? Tell me about your favorite romantic scenes in film, TV, video games, anything else. Let me know in the comments down below. Let's share the love. As always, if you did enjoy this video, then do leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more beautiful, sometimes romantic voice-based content. Keep your eyes out for my next video. I do upload every 2 weeks, but until then, thank you very, very much for watching. I apologize for my minimal absence while I was ill. That flu absolutely kicked me up and down the garden path. It was horrible. Do not recommend. 0 out of 10. But yes, until next time, my friends, thank you very, very much for watching. I hope your life is filled with all of the romance that you could ever want. And above all else, I hope you beautiful, magical, incredible, deserving of romance and love people, struggling to come up with words for this end bit. But above all else, I hope you all stay wonderful.